dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And you see already on my table all the things I need for this DIY. It's one big mess, I know. Of course, we need our tumbler tile blocks. I use the smaller blocks. I have here some paint at your choice. Of course, I have here my little how you say container I use for my DIYing, and this called mud pots, wood glue, some twine, some scissors, markers, brushes, everything we need every time. So we have always in this kind of container. Of course, I have here my old saucer with a piece of kitchen towel, which is wet, of course, to wipe away the glue. But we have for today, we have a set of 5 pots, and of course you can use some pots from Dollar Tree, or maybe some plastic ones. It doesn't matter. I just found this one. They were very cheap, only $1.79, so they were very cheap for 5, and you only need 2, so you don't need 5, you only need 2, and they are 10 centimeters. So I think in inches is a little bit less if I'm correctly, but you have to measure that out. So I have here 2 pieces of this, and this is what we need for this DIY. We're going to make a kind of a stand for your plants because spring is coming, but you can use it for in your home, so you don't have to use it for outside. So we will see how this will turn out. So we are going to make 2 sets of 3 blocks, and I mean this is the tops only. We do the tops with some glue, and of course this one with some glue, and then we make a straight line out of it like this and squeeze it and press it together. Of course, for everyone who I always say who has a metal hook, you can use it if you like it. So, but if you don't, it's so easy to make without it. You don't really need it. So, and again, do some on the top because we need 2 times 3 blocks. And like this, we're going to squeeze them together like this. Wipe away the glue you don't need, and we're going to give this some rest. We are going to go further with 9 blocks. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we are going to do this one on the side. You see, just on the longest side, and place them immediately against each other so the glue is not running out. And number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8, because number 9 will be the closure up. Squeeze it and make sure that you get a nice straight line. Feel with your fingers, then you can't go wrong. Like this. This is already block number 1 because we need 3 blocks of 9. So we go again for 9 blocks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So again, we're going to place this aside. We wipe away the mat because or else we will be in our own glue. And we're going to glue this one also. And number 1. And I'm going to place them together. Of course, I don't know if a lot of you already are busy with decorating your garden or maybe your patio. It doesn't matter. Sometimes people do, and not everyone is doing it, but I always love also to do my backyard, of the front with my front door. I always love to hang a wreath and some plants in front of it, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. So then if you don't like planters, maybe you can use this one, like I said, in your home. Oh, I missed one. This always, you can easily just measure out, then you don't have to count it. And this is already in number 3 we need. And then we already have the first front of our planter, because it will have a front side and of course a back side, because you can see it on both ways. And glue them together, squeeze it in a straight line. And then we're going to wipe away the glue and we're going to let it rest for at least, I think it's better because we're going to work with it, maybe a half hour, to be sure that everything is dried up. And you still can redo it. If you see things, it's not totally straight, just go around it again with your fingers and just feel if everything is correctly. And then you're going to let this dry in. So now we gave it a half hour drying, and of course we are going to make now a frame out of it. So we're going to place it aside, so like this, because it's a little bit better working if we do it this way. We do one on this side and one on this side. What we're going to do, we're going to do some glue under this side, over here, just on the line, you do some glue, like this. You see on the part of 3, we place it down, and we're going to place this on top of here. Just squeeze it, and like this, so everything sticks nicely together. Feel with your fingers that he is even with the blocks. What we're going to do now, we're going to get loose blocks, and we're going to do some glue over here, and of course on the underside we place this a little over, and we're going to place this one at the ending. We do here the same on the top and on the other top, and we're going to place it by number 3. Oh, of course you have to do it with number 3, not the way I did it with 3 and 4. Number 3, and we're going to do this with a number 5, and we're going to do this one with 7. And if you count it correctly, just same like I do, if everything is correctly, we are having also for number 9 one, and this is number 7, and the last number 9, like this. And we're going to place it. You see already he's flying already around like this. And we are going to wipe away the glue we don't need very carefully, like this. And now we're going to place this one against this one. Of course, sometimes you have to redo it a little bit because it has to fit inside, and this one has to fit inside also. And of course squeeze it, and like this. And you see where this is a little bit sticking out. We don't like that, so we give it a little bit of pressure for more inside. You just have to work with your fingers with it, like this. And I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure from this side. And now I think he is almost fitting, not totally, but that's the greatest thing about wood glue. I always say it's very forgiving. You can very easy work with it. And I have to get this one a little bit more inside, because or else it doesn't work. And this one has to go a little over here, because I like a straight line. And this, of course, it takes a little of your time, but don't worry about that. You have the time to adjust it as much as you can. We do this on the top. Only the thing what is always against the blocks is, of course, the sizes are sometimes really horrible, because sometimes you have a longer one than a short one. It's never the same. You would say if they made them with a machine, you would say they always have the same size, but at least not my blocks. My blocks never have the same size. Always someone is a little bit shorter or a little bit longer. It's not, and that's always maybe challenging to work with it and find your way in it, and just even make a high-end look, because that's what we all go for. And the last one, and this one, and this will be the number 9. And then I hope, if everything is correctly, I hope this one is fitting also. And squeeze it like this. And now we only need to do this one, and we do a line on the underside from glue over here, very small, you see, on the underside, and just place it straight up and place it against this one. Over here, feel with your fingers again. Be sure that you have also here a straight line. And now we can squeeze it very carefully, because not everything is dried up yet. So, and just give it at least a half hour drying, and then you will see that all the white of the glue will disappear, and then everything, you can easily get it off your mat. So don't worry about it if you don't move it, just let it dry, then move it. So, and of course we don't have a half hour waiting, because for you is it a second. We are going to place this aside because I always have my second mat, and I'm going to, because we have a front and we have a back side, and we are going to make again 3 pieces of 3, the same like we did with the first one. And of course, for everyone who doesn't like to see it, then skip forward. Of course, I hope you don't, but for everyone who really doesn't enjoy this, I totally understand. But for everyone who wants to make the same, then I'm doing it together with you. And that's also my channel. It's step by step. It's always called step by step, so you can easily make it yourself. And I'm going to take you along in my head, because everything is in my head and I never know, like I always say, how it will turn out. Again, we're going to get our 9 blocks, but don't worry, I don't do all 9 together. This is, everything is correctly. I have 9 now, 3, yes, I have now 9. So we're going to do this on the side, and this one also, and I will do it as fast as I can. And this is number 5, 4, 5, 6. And this, of course, number 8 and number 9. Squeeze it, make a straight line. And I'm going to make 3 of them, just the same like we did with the front piece. But I will do this a little bit faster. See already, we have our 3 parts already. We do one on this side, we do one on this side, and we're going to look for if everything is fitting very nice. It does. Now, if all the loose blocks also fitting very nicely, then we are really happy, but you never know. We will see. We do some glue on the underside again, and very easy. Place it together, the same like we did with the first one. We're going to get our loose blocks, and we're going to place them in. We do some on the top and on the bottom. And we're going to place them again, like I said, with 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So, and you are always having the right numbers. So I'm going to do only this one together with you, and then the rest I'm going to do faster again. And number 4 will be over here on place number 7, and the last on place number 9 over here, and squeeze it in. And we're going to get this one, and we're going to make sure that everything is fitting very nicely. We're going to squeeze it a little bit so everything is coming nicely together like this. We're getting our towel and we wipe away the glue we don't need. I do the rest a little bit faster. So you see already, now we have our 2 frames like this. What we're going to do, we're going to make some blanks for inside, because we need some sturdiness in between, because we're going to glue them together. But of course, if you do it this way, you can, of course, you can also do them immediately against each other like this. But I want to give an open space, so I'm going to place them over here. What I'm going to do is very easy. I'm going to do 3. And again, also 3 over here and 3 here. So I'm going to make 4 pieces of 3, because I want to do something in between. Of course, like I said, you don't have to do it if you don't want to use so much blocks. I understand, then just do both of them glued together. It's also fine too. But I'm going to give it a little other touch on it. So, but do whatever you think it's right. And again, I'm going to squeeze them together and like this, and this 3 and this one. And of course, I'm going to wipe away the glue. Let's not forget that, but I tell you so many times that I always say I sound like a record. So I'm going to squeeze it and let this dry for a couple of minutes. So we gave it a couple of minutes. What we're going to do, we do some glue on top over here, and we're going to place this one over here. We do some glue on this one, and we can place this one on top of here. Lay them on the side, make a straight line out of it, and press them together. The same you do over here. Squeeze them, press them together, and make sure that you wipe away the glue. And this one is not totally straight. Now he is. Of course, it still can move. Don't worry if things are going out of each other. Just squeeze them again and let them dry in. So now we have our 2 pieces of 6. You see, 3, 3 and on top of each other. Now you have double up. We're going to get one of the fronts, but of course we're going to take the back side, not the one with the the ending is leaning over. We are going to take the flat side. We're going to place this on top, the flat side. What we're going to do, we are going to do some glue on the side where all the parts are coming together, like this. And I'm going to place this on top of here at the ending, over here, and feel with your finger, give it a little bit of pressure, and then we do it again so it is very nicely in one straight line. We're going to do here the same, so you do not the glue on this side, but you just do it on this side. And again, place it on top of here. Make sure that you give it a little bit of pressure over here and make sure that you get a nice straight line. Of course, like I always say, feel with your fingers. That's the best way to do it. And again, squeeze it. And of course, over here, feel again. If you are satisfied, just then let it dry a couple of minutes. And then you can easily place the other part on top. The only thing you have to be sure of that no part of this one is sticking over, or else he doesn't want to stand up. So he can better be a little bit more on the inside than on the outside. So now we're going to do some glue over here. You can wait a couple of minutes, but I'm going to do this one over here. And now I'm going to turn this one over and I do the flat side on top of here. So very easy, just place it on here. And we're going to feel with our fingers again that everything is sticking very nicely. I have to feel and redo it. And then we're going to give it a little bit of pressure over here. And of course you can place some paint cans on top of here, but it's a little bit difficult because there's only a little standing border over here. So I'm going to always feel extra if you have everything in the right spot you want to have it. And now I'm going to let this one rest, and we are going to go further with the front of the bottom of our stand. What we're going to do, we're going to do 3 pieces of 3, like this again. You can, if you are finished with this DIY, you can dream it. You can dream the pieces of 3. So again, do 3 pieces over here, and again, place them together. You do this one, and of course over here, and the last. And now we're going to do 2 pieces of 2. Again, over here, and this one over here. Now we're going to glue all of them together until one straight line. And this one, and this one. And again, squeeze them. And we're going to wipe away the glue. The glue is always, at least wood glue is very easy to wipe away. So don't worry about it if you are messing up your place, because it's very easy just to get it away. Again, so you see, you wipe it easily away. We're going to let this dry for a couple of minutes. So we gave it a couple of minutes. So what we're going to do, we get the 3 parts. We do some glue on the side, and like this. And we do here the same. And don't worry if it falls apart, like I always say, because your wood glue is still not dried up, but you can easily work with it and just glue it together again. Like this. Now you already have 1 plank. And we're going to get the 2-piece. We do some glue. And we're going to place this one exactly in the middle over here. And we do with this one the same. But of course on the other side. Over here. Like this. And now we get 2 loose blocks. And we do them in the middle of the 2 part again. Over here. And this one over here. So very easy. Squeeze it. And wipe away the glue so you have a nice little bottom. Of course I have to look for that I have it in the straight line with the other one. So I'm going to let this dry in at least for a half hour. So I let this dry in. Of course for you it's only second when you see me again. And I'm going to do some glue on the underside of my frame. So do enough glue on all the blocks. So you want to be sure that everything is gluing very nicely on top of here. So we're going to place this exactly in the middle. And you see already here is 3 rows of 3, and here's also 3 rows of 3. Just place them on top. Very easy. And make sure that you have a straight line again. I'm going to give it some pressure. And this way we do it. And like I say, you see me every time feeling with my fingers. That's the greatest way to do it. And just squeeze it. And we're going to give this a couple of minutes before we build the rest of the bottom. So we gave it a couple of minutes, and of course I think it's a little bit too small, this space. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get some loose blocks. I'm going to do some glue on this one, on the wider side, and on the smallest one. And I'm going to place it. And of course I totally did forget. I also have to do something on the bottom, like this. And I'm going to place it over here. And I'm going to build a little higher space. So I'm going to do this one on the underside and on the top. And of course this side over here. And I'm going to place it also over here. Squeeze them. And now I only need one for the front and for the underside. And place it inside here. And now I'm building a little higher place because I found it a little bit too low. So I'm going to go for a little bit higher like this. But you also can make this very wider if you like it much bigger. It's also fine. I'm going to do the back side also, and then we're going to, I'm almost ready to make a system where our plant pot can hang. So now we're going to place this one aside. Of course, now we get a little bit of the tricky one because that's something I didn't figure out yet. So we are going to make 3 pieces of 2. This is first number 1, number 2, and number 3. And we do this again, the same, 2 pieces, and again another 2. So very easy, just on the tops, glue them together, and this one, and the last, and this one. Squeeze them, squeeze it, squeeze, and here the same, and this, and the last. And we're going to wipe away the glue like we always do, and we're going to let this rest. So I gave all 6 of them a couple of minutes. What we're going to do, we do some glue over here, place them on top. We do some glue over here and place this one on top. We do here the same. Some glue, place on top. Oh, some glue over here and then place it on top. This is better for better way. Squeeze them and make a straight line. Squeeze it and make a nice straight line. And we're going to give this also a couple of minutes, at least for now a couple of minutes, because we are going to make also for the second side also the same. 6 pieces of 3, glue them together like this, and then you also have to for the other side. So you see already I placed you a little bit this way. This is the side, and we have here our 2 pieces of our 4 pieces of our blocks we made. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my pot. I'm going to get my 2 blocks, and this is my way of doing it. If you have a better way and you are very handy with measurements, then you let me know. I'm just going to take this one because I want to hang it on the border of my pot like this, and I'm going to very easy measure out where I want to have it this way, and there I'm going to glue my my little planks like this. So for me it is a little bit between the 1 and the 2nd, and here also with the 1 and the 2nd, and I'm going to go over a little part and I'm going to glue it over here, and I'm going to do for this one the same over here, and if everything is correctly he can hang in between. We will see if this will work out or not. Or else I hope you have a better way. Of course I have to place my planter down, so I get 4 loose blocks, because I measured out this one is almost 4 blocks, and I'm going to, because or else the part will break. So we are going to place this over here like this on our table. We're going to place this down, and we're going to place this on top of here. So now I have a study base where I can glue. So I'm going to get one of my pieces. I'm going to do some glue on the underside and like this, and I'm going to place it over here. And I'm going to do with this one, of course he's now not straight, you see it already, I just ticked it over, and I'm going to place this one over here. Make sure that I have it a little over from one until the other one, and of course here the same. And I'm going to let this dry in, and then I hope he will fit inside. So, and that's the greatest about wood glue, because he's still not dry. You just take your pot and very carefully you place it inside to look for if he still is hanging on top of your wood, and he does. So I am sitting at the right place right now. So I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to do the other side the same. Maybe you can, if we show it you a little bit better like this. He's over here now, and it looks very strange at this moment. It even looks like a chair. So if you do the underside longer, then you have your own chair already. So I'm going to do the other side also, and then I'm going to let this dry at least for maybe if I was you, I would do it overnight. So then you're really sure that your pot is not falling down together with your wood. So I'm going to do the other side, and then we're going to paint it. So you see I have the stands on top of here of, I don't know how you call the arms, maybe, I don't know. We have our pot over here, and now we're going to look, and he is hanging. So I'm so happy, and of course I still would be more happy if this one also works, and it does. So I am really happy with the result. The only thing I don't like, I think this is a little bit too small in comparison with this one. So I think I'm going to build this out a little bit. So you don't have to do it, but I think I like it a little bit wider. So I'm going to look for what I can do to build this a little wider. So I already figured out what I want to do. So I'm going to take 14 blocks, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So what I'm going to do on each of them, I'm going to do some glue in the middle, over here, over here, over here, and here. And this one, of course, this is for the front side and the other side, the back side of it. and the last one. And now we're going to go build very easy on top of each other. We're going to do extra blocks and we place them over here, over here, over here, and the last two over here. So we are going to squeeze it, press it down, and again the same over here. We place them on the side. Of course, I will do this a little bit faster because this takes much too long for your time. So I have now 14 pieces of 2. Of course, we need 7 for this side and 7 for the other side. What we're going to do, we are going to easily place this one next to this one. So it is very easy, just a little glue over here and a little on the top. And you just easily glue it in. You do here the same, a little over here and a little on this side. And we're going to, oh, already you see, I have to look better because I did the wrong side. So of course I need to do it this way, some glue over here, and of course I have to look for that I do it now on the right side, and we're going to place this one over here. Now we're going to get 2 blocks, we glue them together like this, squeeze it, and we're going to do some glue on the side. And we place this one in the middle again, over here. And now we're going to do 3 blocks together. And the last, like this. Make sure that you have a nice straight line. And we're going to place this down because we need this side. We're going to do some glue over here. Like this, and we go off. You see already I did too much glue. I will wipe it away, but this is what I mean. I'm going to do this one over here, this one over here, and now we have our little front piece, which I think it looks much better than if you look the other side. But of course, be careful with the glue. I did already too much glue, so very easy. Just do make this one. You have a longer, this two over here and 3 over here, and I do on the other side the same. So now you can see it on both of the sides. You see, I hope the light is getting it. So it is very easy to make. The only thing we need, I want to have on top a smaller layer, so I'm going to do the last of our 3 blocks we are going to glue together. So don't worry, this is the last of the blocks. This is 1 and number 2. And then you can probably can't see 3 blocks anymore because we already made so many of the 3 blocks. So I understand if you can't see them anymore, but this is the last one, and we are going to glue this on top of here on the top. And later I have here some picks. I already, oh, you see already they're already falling down. I have a couple of them. They are garden sticks. You can place them in a pot somewhere in your garden or maybe in your home. Little bird houses. And I'm going to break one of the pin, and I'm going to glue one on top of here. But first I'm going to paint it in the black color. But I always buy a couple of them, and they were only, I think, 30 cents. So they are very cheap. So I'm going to lay this one on the side. I'm going to do some glue. A little line over here, and I'm going to place it. I hope you can see it. Turn it over and exactly in the middle of our top, like this. And we're going to let this dry. So for the plant holder, I'm going to use my creamy color. You see here, I am loving this color. And of course, the little birdhouse, I'm going to paint in the black color. I leave my planters, or at least my pots, I leave in the orange color, like this color. I like this. Maybe I do some wax to make it a little bit more darker, but I'm leaving it in this color, but you can choose any color you like. So I'm going to paint this one first in the creamy color. So now I'm going to do the little birdhouse. Like I told you, I'm just going to do it in some black chalkboard paint. This, also you can use for school board paint. Of course, I only need a little bit, so I don't need too much. So I'm going to dab it on each side of my little birdhouse. But you can do anything on top. You can maybe do some lettering on top or maybe a sign. You can do anything. So I am just going to do this black birdhouse, but use your imagination and make it your own unique piece. So I'm going to do this one, and then we're going to glue it on top. So you see already, I have the pot in my hand. I told you I wouldn't color them, but I had here my brown shoe polish, and I was thinking this, for me, it was a little bit too bright orange. So I'm going to give it a little bit more like a rustic brown color. So I'm just doing it very simple with some shoe polish. It's just a tip from my mother. My mother always used to use shoe polish for a lot of things because this was cheap and we didn't have a lot of money. So this is a very easy way just to color some things. She even did lampshades with it. So you see, you can use it for all purpose. So I'm going to make this even a little bit more brown. And then, of course, you see in a moment, you see how everything is turned out. So you see everything is painted or in the polish or in something else. And of course, we are going to use some plant from IKEA. This one was $4.99. Of course, the pot is too big. I'm going to rip the pot off, and then what you get is this. I already did one for you. You see, I just ripped the inside of the plant out, and now he can very easily inside of my own pot. So I'm going to use 2 plants from IKEA, but you can use whatever you have laying around. So in a moment you see the quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of our Tumbling Tower Blocks double plant holder. And I'm so happy how he turned out. I know, in the beginning it didn't look very nice because with the arms I thought, what will it be? But at the end I'm really happy with the result. Of course, I hope you took out your Tumbling Tower blocks too and did this DIY together with me, and you have right now your own cute double planter. If you're new here and you like what you see, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course click the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. And for more DIYs, come on over to my description box, there you find all the links you need. And for everyone who is just here to watch, I hope you had fun watching, everyone. Enough talking. I see you in the next one. Bye.